Hi, I'm Dr. Don Acton, and today we're going to discuss one of the most common problems that cause people a great deal of pain, discomfort, and brings them in our office, and that is arthritis, or most people call it osteoarthritis. The correct name is degenerative joint disease. On a following video, I'll cover what actually causes it, what you can do about it, those sorts of things. But today I want to talk about what is it. You know, one of the most common misconceptions I see from many people is they believe arthritis is just a normal part of the aging process. Well, if that were true, you would have it uniformly in every joint in your body. You just wouldn't have it in one hip or a knee or in your neck. It would be throughout the whole body. So you see, it's not aging that causes the problem. I don't know if you've ever thought about it, but every single joint in your body was designed to have a precise alignment. Every one of them. You see, if any joint in your body gets misaligned, then every time you move it, it's going to scrape and rub and wear and tear. And over time, that's going to cause problems. Let me show you a model that will show you exactly what I'm talking about. This is what a healthy joint should look like. If that joint gets misaligned, every time you move it, it will scrape and grind and rub and wear and tear. The cartilage that lines the joint in the spine is called a disc. In the knee is called a meniscus. Most of the cartilage in most joints doesn't even have a name. But if that thing is misaligned and it's left that way for a 20 to 30 year period, that joint will then look more like this joint. Here we see a complete difference. And what caused this to happen is when this joint got misaligned, every time you moved it, it would scrape and grind and rub and wear and tear. And gradually that joint space started getting smaller and smaller. And then the body sends in the second line of defense. The first line of defense is muscles along the joint tightening up to try to splint and protect the joint. But as years go by, the body sends in the second line of defense, which is much tougher and stronger. It's calcium. We call these things bone spurs. And eventually what it's trying to do is fuse the joint together. Now this happens in any joint in the body, but when it happens to the spine, it's a little bit different. You see, the size of that space is literally what makes the size for the nerve hole, which controls every function in your body. And as this space gradually comes together, then what happens is that nerve hole starts getting smaller and smaller, and then that affects whatever that nerve controls. So on the next video, I'll discuss what can cause a joint to misalign. Stay tuned.